welcome back to my brand new channel for Grown Women Only. I'm your host, Nikki, and on this show we talk about love, life lessons, and leveling up, leveling up, leveling up. So ladies, as you guys know, this is my safe space for women. Gentlemen, you're always welcome to sit in, but the minute you come for my ladies is the minute I come for you. All right, so let's talk. Because I was working out this morning, I was talking to a young lady, and she brought something to my attention. She was telling me that she was having some issues with this guy she was dating. And immediately when she said issues and dating, my ears sparked up because, you know, I talk about this all the time. And she said that the guy that she was dating, she felt like she had to keep convincing him or explaining to him what her needs were. And she felt like she had to keep reminding him and requesting and asking and begging and pleading for this man to fulfill her needs, right? And a lot of times she felt resistance because she felt that this gentleman was not hearing, or he would twist it, or he would turn it back on her, or he would make it sound like her requests were not important, right? And he had a way of demeaning her. So eventually she just kind of felt like she was at a crossroad and didn't know what to do. So ladies, this is what I told her, and I asked for her permission to talk about this, and she was like, go right ahead. So let's dial it all the way back. First of all, he's somebody that you're dating, right? So in the dating process, you are simply evaluating. And then once you evaluate or gather information, you can choose this man or you can discard and go on to the next one, right? So I really want to talk about this thing that women struggle with. And the thing is, we are always trying to explain our position or make someone do something that they are not willing to do, right? So the very first thing in this feminine dating process is that you have yourself together, right? And you know what you need in a relationship. You know what you need, what you require, and what makes you feel loved. If you have not started there and you just started dating, I want you to pause on that and go back and figure out yourself and what your requirements are. Like, for example, I can talk about myself. For me, I need a man who is loving, right? I need a man who is attentive. I need a man who is a provider. I need a man who I can trust. I need a man who I can feel safe with. I need a man who is emotionally available. I need a man with a vision. I need a man who is comfortable in his own skin. I need a man who understands the dynamic between a man and a woman, and these are the roles that I prefer, right? I need a man to be honest, have integrity, be loyal, right? Committed. But in the dating process, that is what you're looking for. As a female, it is never your job to convince a man about anything or keep telling a man about what you need and hope that he gives it to you. That's not how that works, right? The thing is, you are dating. And in the dating process, he is proving himself to you. And through conversation, dialogue, subtle hints, not repetition, not begging, not complaining, through subtle hints, conversation, right? He is supposed to be proving to you that you are his choice and that he is willing to give you what you want, right? It's not a hesitation. It is not you feeling like you have to beg. It is not him feeling like he is stretched thin. He is not coming outside of himself. These are qualities that he already possessed, and these qualities he can give to you, right? A lot of times in dating, it's the other way around. We see people that we think have certain qualities, right? And we try to get the other qualities out of them, or we request these things. And if we begin to date them seriously, we feel like they owe us this, or they should be doing this for us, right? Now, dating is not exclusivity, ladies. It just isn't. And I say this all the time. A man who is serious about you, is serious about your well-being, your safety. He is concerned with making sure that you have what you need. He is concerned with your living. He is concerned with every aspect of you, because eventually his dating should turn to courtship if you guys are on the same page. But in that dating process, you're sifting out the wheat. Every guy you bump into is not going to give you what you want. Every guy is not going to have the capacity to give you what you want. So in dating, you evaluate. And once you evaluate, you can choose to move on further or disregard or discard and go on to someone else who's going to give you what you need, right? Ladies, it is never your job to convince a man about loving you. It is never your job to convince a man to fulfill your needs. It is never your job to convince a man to be what you need, right? And you should never do that in dating anyway. A lot of guys will say, well, what are you looking for in a man, right? And he will take every clue that you give him and he will turn into that man just because he wants to have sex with you, or he wants to sleep with you, or somewhere along the line you may fit into his agenda, knowing that that is a facade and that is not who he is, right? Ladies, get out of the mindset of lack, right? A lot of times we hold on to things that are not good for us because we fear that nothing else good is going to come. That mindset alone is what crushes a lot of people. There is power in detachment. There is power in intention. There is power in attention, right? What you focus on grows. It's so simple. So when you start focusing on your well-being, right? And you say that this is a goal that you have to find a high value mate, or a man who's going to love you in the frame that you need to be loved and fulfill the needs that you want naturally. Like, listen, let me dial it back. I have dated men, right, who were, sorry, my head is itching, who were not able to give me what I needed. And I felt like I had to beg and plead and keep making my requests known. That is lack. I don't have to keep asking a man for anything. A man should come to you willing, and your personality should naturally mesh, right? And if a man loves you, he's going to give you what you want. It's simple. I think a lot of times we as women make it harder than it has to be. It's not hard. Let this man come to you and show you who he is naturally. Because the thing is, I have dated men who were not available. And I finally bumped into a man who was emotionally available, and he was high caliber, and he was fun, and he was loving. And I knew without a shadow of a doubt that he was into me. Like, I've bumped into this, right? Because I was not afraid to discard what wasn't working for me. Ladies, never be afraid to discard what is not working for you. You don't have to convince, beg, ask, plead. Let this man naturally come to you with what he offers. And if he wants you and you are a good fit, it will naturally mesh. So ladies, remember, you date, you evaluate, you choose him or you discard, right? It's so simple. But once you make a choice, you make a choice, and don't go back. Stick with your first mind. Now, you guys have an awesome evening.